Merry meet. Welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and this is Witchy Wednesday. I so apologize for getting to a late start today. We had some really bad technical difficulties going on, but we fixed them, and all is well. We're going to do some spells today, and I got to get going, so let's just get right to it. You know all the drill. There's a chat thread open. We have... you can ask questions, you can donate, you can go to our shop, you know the drill. So let's just get going. I wanted to do a few spells today. I know we were going to do the Key of Solomon, but I didn't think one stream was worthy of that. So I'll do a series on that upcoming. So we'll just do some spells today. Okay, this first spell, let's see if this is going to work. This first spell is a money spell, and what you need to do is take a healthy plant, house plant, something that's already growing, something that's already healthy, and it's very simple. You take 3 coins, and as you're burying them into the earth, you chant, "Plant of green, your power is seen. Expand and grow, new money to sow. Plant of green, your power is seen. Expand and grow, new money to sow." You do this on the new moon. Take good care of your plant and notice the difference over the following month or two. Now, you don't have to repeat this every new moon. This should be a good one to do that lasts you for at least 6 to 12 months. And just take good care of the plant, and you'll notice little by little your money starts to grow. Very simple, very effective. All right, this one's a little bit more complicated. Let's do a banishing spell first. Do this on, usually the night of the full moon is the best night for this one. What you'll need for this is you'll need a regular piece of paper. Sorry about that. Let's just get this situated better. Sorry for any possible motion sickness. Move this out of the shot for now. All right. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so whatever your problem is. Now, this spell is especially good if you have a problem that seems like unsolvable. You just write out succinctly but completely what your problem is. On a piece of paper, about, a square of paper. Okay, so you got your problem written out. You're going to take a little jar and some Florida water. This is similar to, we have another spell where we use this to take the ink off the spell. It's not necessary that the ink comes off in this one. Okay, so you'll want to just really get that onto the bottom of and just let this soak up the Florida water. Now, what you'll do is you'll start to feel like your problem is starting to get resolved. And as you're feeling that, you want to fill this up with some black coffee. And place the jar lid on it. You want the coffee to be cooled so you don't want to cause an explosion if you cover it up, if it's too hot. All right, so then what we want to do is we're going to take, oh shoot, let me get, we'll set that aside. I've got a drip going on here. Stop that. We'll take our piece of card here, and all you do is you put the 7 planets. So starting on the top, I'm going to put the sun, and I put them in the order of the day of the week. The moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. Set this on top of those, and then you'll burn a candle on top of this. A white candle is fine, but if you have a red one, that's a good one too. Or you could use a black, but I just use a white one. You can use a regular candle. I'm using an LED candle just because it's easier, because I don't want a lot of smells of candles burning in my workplace today. So, but this is fine. So what you do is you place this here, and you let the candle burn down and out all by itself. Now, if you're using an LED candle, that means that you leave it on for at least an hour. And you just sit and allow yourself to feel the powers of each of those planets in turn. You go through your mind and you say, powers of the sun, solve this problem. Powers of the moon, solve this problem. Powers of Mars, solve this problem. Powers of Mercury, solve this problem. Powers of Jupiter, solve this problem. Powers of Venus, solve this problem. Powers of Saturn, solve this problem. This problem is solved. You just keep that feeling going for, a good 2 or 3 minutes of this feeling of what it feels like to have this problem completely solved. You don't have to think about how it's going to be solved. You just think about the fact that you're free of it. Once the candles burn down and out, you take the whole thing, the paper, the jar, and everything. You take it out of your house and you just throw the whole thing in the trash. Like just a dumpster somewhere, or outdoors where your trash is collected. Don't disassemble it. Don't pour it out. None of that. Just throw all of it away, including the candle wax. Now this, if it's an LED candle, you don't have to throw that away. You can just turn it off. But the candle wax, you just throw the whole thing away, and then you are free of the problem. Okay, one more quickie spell here. This one is to be done on the new moon. This one, what you need to do, this is oftentimes called a road opener. This is getting new opportunities together. So what you do is you go to a crossroads, wherever there's roads crossing, and you collect some dirt. And then find, if you can, find a train track and get a pebble, and if you can find a nail from the train track, that's great. If you can't find a nail from the train track, just get a nail and put it in here. So this is a pebble that's right around the train tracks. There wasn't a nail, so I just used a nail. And then this is some dirt from a crossroads. What you do is you take some red fabric, or if you have one of those flannel bags, you could just use that. I don't keep a lot of that stuff around, so I'll just use a square. We'll just cut a square of red fabric. Red is the color you want, though. If you don't have red, maybe get some. Not that hard to find red fabric. Sometimes it's good to plan for things. If you don't have it around, then plan for it. Plan for what you're going to do on the new moon. All right. So all we do is we take this red fabric, we put the dirt, the nail, and the pebble right in here. I got way too much dirt. I don't need all of that. Oh, and a key. Where's my key? I lost my key. Hold on a second. You need a key also. So find some old key that you don't use anymore. Here's one. And you stick that in there with it. All right. I'm going to just tie all this up. I have a red ribbon. If you don't have red, you could use any kind of string that you like. But I happen to have a red ribbon, so I'm going to use that. Oops. I probably could have cut this fabric a little bigger, but I'm going to make it work. There we go. Now I'm going to tie a double knot on this, and then I'll do a little bow. Now, for these kinds of charms, I usually just spray some eau de cologne. I'm just going to use the Florida water because I have it here. So I'm just going to put some Florida water on here. 7 sprays is what I use. Okay, and then I sit and I think about what it is that I want. Now, if you want to, you can burn a candle in front of this. It's not part of the spell, but you can if you want to. And just sit and think about what it is that you need. This is an opening. You want an opening. So maybe you want new customers. Maybe you want a new relationship. Maybe you just need a new lease on life. Maybe you need a new, some new positive outlook on life. Whatever it is, you think about that, and you have to conjure the feeling of it already having been occurred. You have to conjure the feeling of what it feels like once this thing has occurred. Okay, once you do that for about 2 minutes or so, if you're burning a candle, let the candle burn down and out, or also you could, if you're using an LED candle, just let it stay lit for at least an hour. And then once you are finished, you just hide this somewhere in your home. Now, you do not have to carry this with you. In fact, I wouldn't, because if this happens to come open, you don't want dirt everywhere. It's better to just hide it somewhere in your home. Remember that you've hidden it, because on the next new moon, you want to take this and untie everything, throw all of the contents in the garbage, and then throw out the fabric. So you don't want to toss the whole bag away. You want to disassemble the bag and throw it away. The reason why you do this is because once you've disassembled the bag, you are making the very clear statement that the spell has already happened and you no longer need this. These are just inert objects. And so when you untie it, you're releasing the spell into manifestation. And that's all there is to that. So remember, keep this for an entire month hidden somewhere in your home. On the following new moon, disassemble the bag and throw everything, including the fabric, into the trash. All right, let me see if we have any questions, and then I got to get going because I got to get to work. But we did 3 spells. Let's see here. Is it to speed up or to neutralize it? What, the coffee? The coffee, this is a traditional spell. I didn't create this spell. The coffee, I believe, is because it's black in color. I think the black color, I don't believe it's for the to speed up anything. I think it's used as a black liquid to banish. It's sort of like a black hole. I believe that's why. I'm not sure, because this is such an old traditional spell that nobody knows why the coffee. But in my mind, it's because it's black and it's rubbing out whatever it is. You see, because it's obscuring the view of the problem. So it's taking it within itself and it's banishing it. I believe that's why. But that's a great question. Doesn't look like we have any other questions. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I'll try to do a voiceover on these and get them nice and edited, and maybe if any of them turned out okay, I will upload them as separate spell videos at some point over the next week or two. Thank you so very much for joining me today, and we will be back for Lesson 3 of Fairy Magic tomorrow. So if you're interested in that course, I hope that you can join us then. We have a Witch's Rosary on Friday, a Psalm spell on Saturday, and a live stream lecture on Sunday. So please come back. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had Suzanne and Shirley, and we will see you all really soon. Blessed be.